up, man? Welcome back. Bringing you another video, doing like another good detailed GT45 review, which is a turbo I got in my Mustang. Gonna give you a rundown of exactly what I have in the Mustang. That way you know exactly what I have. Check out these next upcoming clips, kind of cold start, and some detailed, I guess, info on my setup. All right, guys, let's get you guys this cold start. Not bad for a hood exit. All right, guys, before we get in this thing and start kind of ripping it up a bit, I know that you know, you guys want to hear exactly what this is set up, so you guys maybe can do something very similar. And to be quite honest with you, it's not, you know, people ask me, you know, what does this turbo fit? Well, to be quite honest with you, it can fit anything with a T4 flange, you know. So I'm gonna kind of go about show you how I went about doing it. Maybe it'll give you guys some ideas on whatever build you got, whether it's a 4-cylinder, 8-cylinder, whatever. It's just where you can fit this thing. So I kind of modeled it off the BL fabrication system. Just didn't want to spend nearly almost $10,000 on that system. So I'm like, man, I got to figure something out and do it myself. So what I did do is, before I started, you know, getting more deeper into fabrication, I did buy all my hot parts from CG Fabrication. I believe they're out in Texas. Reasonably priced. I think I paid about $1,800 with shipping, which included headers, 3/8 flange with the 1 5/8 primary, going to a 2.5-inch V-band on both sides. And then you got the merging pipes, which are, you know, right there, coming together to a T4 flange. I had the wastegates flanges, you know, pre-welded into it, so that way I didn't have to do that because I wasn't fabbing at the time. Now, if I were doing now, I would probably still buy the headers because that takes some precision. And the material, you know, if you're in fabrication, you know you want to do it, which it is a good, you know, project. But you know, in the material you're gonna spend easy about, I would say maybe about $400. And these headers are about $800 if you just buy them. So you know, you do your thing. Now that's your thing. But I ended up buying the headers. Now, you know, I can fab up a wastegate flange like I did on my twin turbo build, if you haven't seen that video. But you know, just to get back to this, which is relevant, I ended up getting the wastegates included in there. Had the flex there, right in the middle there, which is good. And then it comes together, all 2.5-inch piping to the T4 V-band. Okay, so once I situated that, I kind of put my turbo in here to make sure, you know, she felt good. For me, I did have to move my radiator a bit up, but that's all right. Maybe you won't have to do it. Maybe you'll put a smaller turbo. That's on you. But I did move my radiator back towards, you know, the front of the car about 1.5 inches. No, not even that, about 1 inch. Gave me the clearance I needed, and that was situated. I do want to mention on this setup here, which is right there, I ran a different hose. I'm running a flex coolant hose, which goes right around the pipe into the radiator. Because, you know, you're gonna have to modify, you know, that hose that comes through here on the Mustang S550. You know, this isn't being in the way, so you're gonna have to do that. But don't let that discourage you. Within that, you had to get rid of your oil cooler. You know, I guess you kind of didn't have to, but I did. And then so I had to relocate my oil cooler. So I got oil filters now there, easily accessible, bigger oil filter, can run more oil, which is a lot better, especially since I am daily in this thing. I'm running more oil. It runs a little cooler, it stays within the 190s. Okay, so that's good. So I did have to do that, and that's pretty much the hardest part. Feeding this thing, I'm using Canton Racing Products Gen 2 oil plate, which is able to feed the turbo and drain it all within one plate, because on this block here, the Gen 2, it has that capability of drain back. It's got a feed, a coming out motor to the filter, going back in from the filter, and then within that plate you got a pressure line, which is here, which is on top of it, and then the bottom you have a feed, which is going back to that same plane. So that's the pretty cool thing about the Gen 2s, that you can do that. On the Gen 1s or Gen 3s, not too sure, don't have too much experience with those and how they're feeding their things, but I'm sure maybe there's something similar around there. And if it's not a Mustang, then you just have to just find a way to feed it. You can go typical pan, drain, and then you can get a feeding source, oil pressure feeding source through another source there. But that's the hardest. Cold piping, don't worry about it, it's easy. I was able to still run my headlights, kind of cut it up as I needed, cut through here, angled it, ran my 50mm blow off valve right there, going into a 3-inch. This is all 3-inch piping, 3-inch in and out intercooler, 3-inch wide, which is right there. You see it? Boom. It comes right out, 3-inch charge pipes on a mat flange here that I welded up this little flange there. And that's it. You know, I am gonna go to 3.5 later, but that's another video. But for now, she's on 3.5, and then you just have to fab up your exhaust. By the time that came around, I was already able to fab things up. This is a 3-inch because I only had 3-inch at the moment, but you know, I am gonna run a 4-inch. I just gotta kind of angle it here so it's not touching, you know, my coolant hose there. But other than that, guys, I mean, that's the nitty gritty of it. Obviously, you still got to fuel it. I'm running 1000cc injectors on a booster pump, lethal performance. That's perfect for the street right now. My next big project alongside the 3.5 charge pipes is going to be some E85, but that's another thing, like I said in another video. But that's kind of it. And then obviously, you know, you got to tune it, you know. But once you do that, you know, you're there you go. You got your daily little car. I'm running 91, 93 right now on boostane. I am running boostane, and I'll show you guys that in a second once I get ripping of me putting in some boostane. You don't need much boostane to get from 91 to 93, but it gives it a little bit more umph, you know, protect the motor a little bit more against knock and detonation and all that stuff. But other than that, man, that was a quick rundown of my setup exactly. There's a bunch of other stuff to it, but what's relevant to this GT45 here review and daily driver is what I just mentioned there now, to the exact T of what I'm using. You got any questions, of course, you know, don't hesitate to, you know, drop a comment in there or whatever. But anyways, let's get on this thing. I'm gonna try to get her on the freeway, see how she's running for y'all. Daily driver a little bit at street lights. I'm gonna kind of record it for her, for you guys, to see how she's responding, how she feels. But other than that, man, enjoy it. Nice. All right, man, so for the next little couple clips, I'm daily driving it. I purposely got some videos for you guys to see how she handles at a stoplight. She sounds great. She's not dying or anything. So check these next couple clips out of me kind of going through about my daily business in the Mustang.
I feel a little sore.
Yeah, let it take its course. No, just started. Just getting some daily driving conditions. Show how the turbo sounds on a, when it's not, because usually when I post it's off flooring. Alright guys, and on this part here, finally to the good stuff. I'm gonna step on the Mustang a little bit. I purposely waited for you guys to see these videos last, and because I did it at night, got some cold air, car felt good, felt responsive, and that way you guys can check that out. Did a couple pulls, 2 or 3 pulls, was really able to kind of step on a little bit, and she feels good, man. So, and sound up on this one, see if you can hear that turbo really you know, sucking in some air, man. So check these out, guys. We're at our sanction spot to hit. We're at 10% duty with a peak of 9.3. So that's what we're trying to get at. My gain's at 20%, which is good. Sensitivity at 20. Okay, let's see our overboost. Overboost should be at 10. Yeah, 9.9. guys will be able to hear that thing. All right, now that we made it back, since the Mustang's got to cool down, you know, cool down a little phase. That was pretty good, man. You know, got a good couple of decent runs to able to really push it. That's what I really wanted to. The cold weather's great right now, perfect for the turbo. But she's reacting well, man. Did a couple hits and 1, 2, I think about 3 of them, and she's able to feel real good, man. So that's good. GT45 is putting in some work, man. Very inexpensive, $200. It's proven to be reliable. Been banging them out. Been lasting me. So let's see. So man, other than that, man, stay tuned to the next video, and I'll catch you guys next time.